Sometimes I like to start discussions on my Facebook page that really get people thinking and talking and having different opinions without, breaching lines where people are going to get mad or any of that. But one of the most recent questions I asked was, is there a difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur? And I got a ton of awesome answers, and I want to talk about this topic with you here today. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you're here. Now on this channel, you can find lots of video and content marketing tips and lots of general business ideas and tips and tricks. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you're the entrepreneur or small business owner at heart, I'd love for you to hit subscribe so you don't miss anything else. Okay. Now, like I said, I asked this question on my Facebook page and I got tons and tons of answers of whether or not small business owners and entrepreneurs are the same, or if there can be a difference. Now, I have an opinion on this, and I will tell you that in a minute. But first, I want to read through some of the comments that I got on that status. Kara said, to me, an entrepreneur is someone who has an idea and creates a business from scratch, while a business owner is someone who owns someone else's idea and runs a location. Ashley said, I've heard it explained this way. An entrepreneur is someone who has an idea and starts a business in order to sell it and fund or move on to the next idea. A business owner is someone who starts a business with the goal of running said business long term and or creating a family legacy. And then she goes on to say that she can totally understand some of the other comments that were made. Then Kate said, I think it's partially a mind shift. I'd say I was a business owner, but this past year I'd had a mindset shift and now see myself as an entrepreneur. So those are some really interesting different opinions on whether or not entrepreneurs and business owners are the same, or if you can be one without being the other. And the majority of people who commented said there was a difference, that there was a difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur. But I guarantee if I walked out into the general population, walking down the street and asked this question, that they would say no, that there's not a difference, right? Because they're not in this world we're in. They don't hear the terminology and stuff that we hear every day. But I personally think the difference in an entrepreneur and a business owner is a mindset difference. I don't think it's the difference in owning another person's company or anything like that, because I can totally see where an entrepreneur sees potential in a company and purchases it and grows it and does all of that. So I don't have that differing opinion, but mine is that an entrepreneur, someone who identifies as the word entrepreneur, is really driven and is ready to learn and take things to new levels and is never settled with good enough. They're always trying to be better and grow bigger and get more known and more visible. That is an entrepreneur. And a business owner is generally someone who hasn't hit that point yet. They haven't hit the point where they are ready to just go to town with this business idea. And I feel like Kate said, I feel like I went through this shift at some point in my business, and I've always called it the hobby to business shift. And that is where I went from being at home with my kids and running a business that just kind of made enough money to sustain us. But then I started really pouring time and effort and energy and resources into my business and really wanting it to grow to exponential lengths. That's when I turned into an entrepreneur. So I was running a hobby business, and then I turned into an entrepreneur and ran a legit business. So I do feel like there's a difference. I feel like it's all a mindset thing though, and that the small business owner can move and turn into an entrepreneur if they want to, but that entrepreneurs are just slightly more in the mindset of let's grow, let's create an empire, let's do these things, let's do this, let's do that, where a business owner might just be okay with doing the day-to-day as it normally operates and creating that environment. So I would love to hear your opinions on this though. I'd love to get a good conversation going in the comments on whether or not you think that there's a difference between business owners and entrepreneurs, and or the people who identify with each of those terms. Because I feel like there's a lot of words used in the world that certain people identify with and other people do not, and they might even get offended if you call them that, right? So let me know in the comments your feelings on this subject, and I cannot wait to hear it. And while you're down there commenting, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any other fun little tips and tricks with me and conversation starters like this. Bye, y'all.